The very first note we're going to look for is C, of course. The reason why it's called C scale, we look for the very first note of that scale, that key signature. The most foundation note of this key is going to be C. And if we're going to be doing G scale, the foundation note is going to be G, and that's where we start off. So the title actually helps us find the first note, which is going to be C in this case. Now, I already told you how a scale is built in the scale degree section. We go whole tone, half tone, whole tone, half tone. That's how it works. And in this case, C scale is going to be all white keys, no black keys. Other scales are going to have black keys. C scale is the only major scale that we're going to go through, has all the white keys. We are going to be going through other scales, but just in the basic section, we're going to be learning the major scale. There's going to be minor scales, there's going to be chromatic scales, there's going to be other scales that we're going to be looking at. But right now, we're just in the basic section, we're going to be looking at the major scale. So let's begin. For the fingerings, what I want to show you is that the thumb is number 1, this one's number 2, the index, middle is number 3, ring is number 4, and pinky is number 5. That's how we're going to be naming the fingers. You could memorize it by most strongest to weakest. So you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the left hand, it's the same thing, starting from the thumb and out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the way how we're going to start, we're going to play with our right hand, and we're going to play with our thumb on C. That's how we start. Make sure your form, your hand is curved. You're playing on your tips. Well, not tips like this, but like this. So you're relaxed. You're not tense. Your wrists are not way down here or anything. You're looking pretty good. Like I said in the form section, pick up a pen if you need to, or pretend you have like an apple right here. That's the form you need to know how to play all exercises and how to play piano in general. Because if you have a bad form, like I said earlier, you're going to have a bad play. And we don't want that. Put your thumb on C, your first finger on C. What we're going to do is go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 for C, D, and E. Just like that. Do it again. If you're not on the piano, you could always feel free to pause this video and go to the piano and try it. Actually, in most of my videos, what you're going to have to do is you have to pause the video just to make sure what you're playing, because I might be going way too fast. The reason why I'll be going fast is because this video already has a lot of minutes. This course has many hours, and I'm just trying to pack as many content as possible in the shortest period of time. So I will be going fast, and if I do, please pause the video, play the exercise, learn it, and then continue watching the video, because I am going to be, especially in the intermediate and the advanced sections, I'm just going to be flying by information, because the video is already long enough, the course is already long enough, and if you have to pause the video, which most likely I would advise you to do that, and there's some exercises I'll be telling you that I won't be playing, but I will be showing you how to do them, and you will have to pause the video to play them, because these videos are already long enough, and there's too many of them. So pause the video if you need it anytime. If I'm going too fast, it's part of the course. Okay, so we're going to start with playing 1, 2, 3 on C, D, and E. Now you can just play it up here. Move up to another octave. Excellent. Once you got that down, now we're going to put our thumb on F. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1. Very important. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 1. Just like that. Practice that until you can figure it out. Now we're going to play 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go all the way to the other C. Ready? Make sure when you play your pinky, it's on the tip like this. Do not go like this. Do not do this, please. It's really bad. Messes up your form, makes your wrist jump up and down. Okay, so we're going to go up again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Excellent. Once you go up, practice that several times. If you are new to scales, chords, or arpeggios, in this particular case, scales, this is what you'll have to practice. You know, right now I'm doing the basics. If you already played these scales, you could actually fast forward for a little bit until we actually get to the real exercise of this video. But right now I'm just showing you the fingerings, the basic fingerings, if you've never played piano before. So let's move on up, and then I'm going to show you how to play it down. Down is the same fingerings, only we go backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then 3, 2, 1. Once we get to F, we put our third finger on E. See how that works? I'll play it again. So you switch after E, going up, and you switch add E when you go down. So after F. So practice going up and down with just the right hand, 1 octave. Excellent. Once you can do that without my help, like I said, you can pause the video, and you should pause the video if you can't play it like that just yet, because if you can't play like that and we move on, it's going to be difficult. So play this until your right hand feels confident, going up and down. Now we're going to move on to the left hand. It's really important when you exercise your right hand, you have to exercise your left hand also, or there's going to be a separation or distance between technique with your hands. It's kind of like working out with the right hand and with the left hand. If you work out your right hand way too much and not with your left hand, then your right hand looks bigger and stronger while your left hand looks smaller and weaker, and that looks funny, and it's actually kind of awkward. Same thing here. When you learn with the right hand, you have to learn with the left hand as well. I agree. To those who already play piano for a while, if you have been playing piano for a while, the right hand does more work than the left hand. I agree with that as well. Even when I improvise and when I play, my right hand is more than the left hand, but I still train my left hand to play the same thing as my right hand, because when you get to the difficult places with the left hand, you won't be able to do them because they're not in form, they're not in fit. Your right hand is, but your left hand isn't. So it's really important to actually exercise the left hand with the right hand at the same time. So once we play the right hand 1 octave up and down, now we're going to do the same thing with the left hand. So let's start with C. Oh yeah, and the left hand is going to be backwards, since, you know, our hands are symmetrical like this. They're not, the thumb does not start here, but it starts here. So we went down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Here we're going to go up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. It's the same thing except backwards. And then when we go down, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's just go up. There we go. Now we're going to go. Now once you could go up, you switch to the third finger at A, and when we go down, we switch to the third finger to the thumb after A. You can pause the video, you can rewind the video just for this section if you have to do it. Just practice with the left and the right hand until you could play them separately just well. Now, here comes the tricky part. We're going to actually put both hands together and play 1 octave together, something like this. This is where your right hand switches, and then your left hand switches, and then your right hand switches, and then your left hand switches. They don't switch at the same time, going from the third to the first finger. So we have to start slow. The fifth finger goes on C, and the first finger goes on C. That's how we go up, and then we hit the top, and then we go down. So we're going to play C. Then we're going to play D with our second finger. So this is going to be the second for this one, and this is going to be second for this one. Good, then we go to the third. We're just scaling up, but here is where we switch. This is where we switch the thumb to F. This one still plays. This one still goes all the way till A, then we switch. So let's try that again. So practice this. Good. And then once you get to the G, this is where you switch your left hand to A. But this one continues. So let's try that. See, first your right hand switches at F, and then your left hand switches at A. And then you end it. I'll play it slow again. Just like that. Practice going up with two hands until you feel kind of confident. Once you can play up, now we go down. The way how we go down, first the left hand switches after A, and then the right hand switches after F. Keep that in mind. I'll play the first four notes. See, the thumb played on G, but the right hand kept on going on second finger here. Nothing switched. There we go. Practice that until you could feel it pretty confident. And now we actually go down all the way to the end. So I'm going to be playing up and down several times so you could look at it and see where the switches happens. So the switch happens for the right hand at F, and then left hand at A. Then we go down, left hand at A again, and then right hand at F. That's it. So. Excellent. Play one octave with both hands up and down until you feel quite confident with it. Like I said, pause the video if you have to. If you don't know this scale, please keep on practicing it. Maybe you'll need to practice it for several days too until your actual fingers are confident when you can play one octave.